What is going on, guys? In the studio right now, about to do a job for a client, or at least prepare for this job that is not due until maybe like a week, but I'm gonna knock it out real fast. I need some white shirts. These are my polyester shirts. Where's my regular Gildan G500s? These are my polyester Jones right here. There they go, right here. Gildan G5s. Here we go. Yep. All right. We're doing 10 large, 10 extra large, and 5 mediums. All right, so let me sit everything to the side right here. We can get this thing popping, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's my 10 large. Now all I need is 10 extra larges. Let's put these things to the side right here. Cool. So what do you guys think we should do? DTG or DTF these joints? I think we might go DTF, guys, because I don't know. I don't know. Okay, here's my extra large right here. So I decided to go DTF. I put the design in Photoshop. I made a gang sheet, and I'm using the Prestige A3+R, and I made a gang sheet, and the gang sheet is 13 inches wide by 16 inches long. All right, this platen can handle this oven can handle as long as 19 inches, I think. So, but I did 16 inches just to be safe. I got a couple of the less chest ones. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna have over, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, and I have 3. Okay, so I got 6 left chests on each sheet and 3 big full chests on each sheet. All right, so we'll see how it comes out. If I don't like the first transfer, then I'm just gonna do a DTG, but you know, we'll see. I mirrored it. I made 2 sheets, and I'm just gonna send it to print in the Prestige A3+R, guys. Let's go. See the print head starting to move under there and do its thing. It fed a little bit out, and now it is starting to print, guys. One thing about the Prestige A3+R is a lot of people are saying in the comments of my other Prestige videos that, oh my gosh, it takes such a long time to print out one big design. But this is a prime example of when it will be an ideal time to use the Prestige A3+R, because the design is not that big. It's not that big of a design, so I can fit several of them on one sheet, and each sheet that prints out will be actually 3 shirts, because it's going to go left chest and full back. So each sheet that prints out is going to be a full 3 shirts. So this is a prime example of you're printing out one sheet, and even though it takes a long time to print out one sheet, it's still going to be efficient, because I'm actually making 3 shirts each sheet, kind of, sort of. You know what I mean? Still takes a long time to print, but this is the most economical, quality way to do this specific job. All right, I could do DTG, but again, DTG, I would have to pre-treat the back of the shirt, right? Because he wants full back and left chest. Then I have to pre-treat the front left chest. That's going to take a lot of time. You know, I could do white toner, but then you're dealing with, okay, now I got to marry the sheets, right? So right now, I think that this method is the most cost-effective way, and he'll get the best quality. That's why it really helps to know your methods and have different methods, so you can tell when it's right to do one thing versus when it's right to do another thing. So you can get a basic idea of the speed of the way this prints. Here it is right here. You see how slow it's printing, and it is edging forward inch by inch as the machine prints and lays down the ink, then puts down that coat of white ink on the back of the sheet, so that we can put our powder on top of it. I mean, I just want to give you guys an idea of what you're getting yourselves into. It's not bad at all. I actually love this, to be honest with you. There are ways of making it more efficient. They have they have systems that they sell. Heat Transfer Warehouse sells them. They have all, you can buy a bigger unit that prints even faster if your budget permits. But if your budget doesn't permit, this is a good system, guys. And guess what? Prior to them having dedicated DTF printers, people were converting regular printers into DTF printers, and those printers were taking super long to print one DTF. So, I mean, this is a valid solution. This is definitely a thing that you can use to make some money. Let me give you guys a look at inside the printer as it prints. So this is the top of the printer right here, and you can open this glass and actually look at it print. You can see the print head moving back and forth. Let me try to focus on the paper real fast. Strategically move that out of the way. 1 second, guys. Let me try to, there we go. Let me focus this on the sheet right there so you guys can get a look at the sheet. There you go, manual focus. So you guys see it prints out the color first, and then it puts down the white layer on top of that. You guys can see the actual image right there getting printed. And like I said, it's not a bad system at all. The more you use it, the more you love it. I like it a lot personally. Not everybody, everything's not for everybody. But one thing is for sure, two things is for certain. I said to one of the subscribers that commented that, wow, that thing prints so slow. I said, well, you know what? It's better to have one than to not have one, right? It's better to have an option to make some more money or to make some money than to not have an option at all right? I'm always encouraging you guys to get involved because it's better to get involved than not be involved, all right? It's better to supplement your income and start saving money while making money than to not, all right? And this is all these garment decorating technologies. You're making money, right? You spend a bit of money and you start making money by using that instrument to sell whatever it is that you're making. And you're also saving money because you start shopping less because you're making your own stuff. So you're making money while saving money. That's like what better way is there to get to financial freedom than to spend a little bit of money and make money while saving money? I'll tell you guys what, money in the bank is not going to outperform a piece of garment decorating equipment. It's not. Let me say that again. Money sitting in the bank is not going to outperform any piece of garment decorating equipment. I don't care if it's an embroidery machine. I don't care if it's a DTG printer. I don't care if it's a sublimation printer. I don't care if it's a vinyl cutter. I don't care if it's a sewing machine. Money in the bank, the return you get on your money in the bank is not going to outperform the return that you will get if you invest in a piece of equipment. Let me give you an example, right? Think of the most expensive machine that you could think of. All right, so what pops into mind? What pops into mind is either a DTG printer or a multi-needle embroidery machine. Okay, so let's say you got $16,000 sitting in the bank. This is what I want you guys to answer in the comments down below. In the comments down below, you got 16 grand sitting in the bank. How much money are you going to get? What return will you get in your high yield savings account or your high yield checking account? How much interest would you get on your money? What's the most amount of money that you're going to get? This is what I want you guys to answer in the comments down below. The most amount of money that you're going to get on your high yield savings account or checking account on that $16,000 sitting in the bank. All right. Now let me make this real clear to you. If you spend that $16,000 on a DTG machine, right, or even a embroidery machine, and you don't even know how to use that embroidery machine, I guarantee you that you will outperform what the bank is doing for your money. If you can sell one shirt for $20, if you can sell one shirt for $15, if you can sell one hat for $10,
you would have outperformed the return that you're going to get with that, leaving that 16 grand in the bank. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You would have outperformed in saving from not going shopping, from making your own merch, than that money sitting in the bank. Does that make sense to you guys? In the comments down below. Does that make sense to you guys? Am I making sense, or am I just talking? Let me know. Let me know. I'm just saying, because I do it myself. You guys see me wearing my stuff all the time. And this is not just for videos. I wear my stuff all the time. You are not going to outperform your savings. I don't care what bank you're banking at. I don't even care if it's an online bank that's online only, that has the highest interest, 1%, 2%. You are not, your bank is not going to give you more interest than you would get if you enter the garment decorating. That's why I say any piece of equipment, no matter how slow it takes to print out, right? Look at this. Got one whole gang sheet done right here. This is one right here. Cut right here, put it to bake, put the powder on it, put it to bake, done. Right? I don't care how long it takes this to print out. This is one shirt, this is two shirts, this is three shirts. That's 15, 30. Listen, you are not going to outperform this. You know what I mean? You can't. It's impossible. The bank's not giving you that type of money. All right? So just think about that when you're thinking about, should I buy this? Think about, okay, what else am I going to do with this money? How else can I get this money to work for me? If you can't answer that question, then it's kind of like a no-brainer. Hence why I have so much equipment. Hence why I'm always in a position to buy more equipment, because it just gives me that much of a return, guys. Just, I'm not just talking here. I'm just saying. So while this is still printing, second gang sheet, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to trim carefully the first gang sheet. I don't want to move it too much because I don't want it to ruin the next print coming out of the print head. So I'm carefully just trimming this, all right? And I'm being careful not to touch the ink also. All right, just trim it. Careful not to smear the ink. All right, you got it. Now let's put the powder on it. So I come over here, it's a mess over here, and I know it, and it doesn't even matter because I'm getting money. Take my first gang sheet, put it right here, and I'm just gonna throw some powder up on that gang sheet, just like that. Just throw some powder on it, and I'm gonna get a little bit more powder and just sprinkle it on there, like so. All right. This part right here is messy, and now I'm just going to go back and forth with it, with my powder, covering up all areas that has ink on it. Alright, just like that. You just got to do it once. The ink gets powder on it, and it's good. You don't got to like put it over and over and over. That's good enough. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pluck off the extra ink right here. I mean the extra powder. Got a whole bunch of my Prestige right here. Just pluck off. Don't have to be perfect. Newsflash, don't have to be perfect, right? Because after I press it the first time, if there's any extra, I can press it a second time and it'll all come off. So now I put this in my oven right here. My Phoenix. Put that up in there, slide that closed, push this button, 110 seconds, 300 degrees, it's counting down. Let me turn my air purifier on so we can purify the air so we don't have to breathe any of those fumes. Turn that thing all the way up, crank that baby up, and that's it, y'all, just like that. That's it. That powdery substance, the Phoenix oven turns that powdery substance into a gel-like substance. And that gel-like substance is the glue that makes the design stick onto the shirt. Pretty simple. So over here we have two of the gang sheets that I made, and you guys can see what happened to the powder. You guys can see how it has like a type of gel-like finish the powder melted onto the ink and it has a gel-like finish. All the extra powder is pretty much gone. And if there is still extra powder left on there, like I said, after I do the first press it a second time, that extra powder will just dissipate, will just disintegrate. All right, so man, listen, no brainer, no brainer. Sometimes we give our dreams and our aspirations too much thought when it's actually a no-brainer. Let's cut some of these transfers. Gotta be honest with you guys, now that I'm looking at these transfers, I actually think that this little design right here is way too small to go on the back of an extra large shirt. So we might end up doing something different, or we might end up having to make these transfers over again, because like I said, these are way, I'm looking at these things and they're too small to go on the back. Yeah, they're definitely too small. It should be like way bigger than this. This is too small to, on the back of a shirt. Are you crazy? That's like for the front chest right here. This is definitely too small. I should be using the whole sheet, or maybe like 2 on each sheet or something like that. But you know, you guys got the idea. That's what is important to me. It's good that you guys get the idea of what makes sense versus what doesn't make sense, right? And I think this is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer when it comes to garment decorating equipment. And I always try to explain things to you guys in a way that makes sense. Some people still just don't get it. It's not for everybody to get. You know, everybody doesn't want to spend their money on equipment that's going to make them money. Some people just want to spend their money on a nice car that's not going to make them any more money, or some nice jewelry, or some nice clothes, when they could have saved some money and made them the clothes themselves. But you know, we're going to let them do what they do, and we're going to do what we do, guys, right? So if you're in the market, if you want to get in, if you want to save money while making money, it's a no-brainer, y'all. I don't know how else I could tell you guys this. It's simple. I broke it down for y'all. You know, I don't know what else it is left to say. I might go DTG now, but let me just test out this DTF print. I'm gonna press it give it one press just to get the moisture out right here, and that's good enough. All right, now we're gonna get that, hit him off with that left chest right there. That left chest right there. There we go. Looks good right there. Boom, and boom. All right. Excellent. All right. Get a little Teflon up in there. All right. And we're gonna hit it off for 20 seconds. That's what the heat press is on. Heat press on 20 seconds. Give us a little more pressure. All right. And this is gonna be a warm peel, guys. I mean a cold peel for DTF. All right. After it's done this, I'm not gonna peel this off. I'm gonna flip it around and I'm gonna press the back. All right. Here we go. And that's on there. Now I'm gonna flip it around. I'll press the one that's on the back. It goes on the back. I know this is too small. All right. So right between the shoulders right there and the center. All right. Blow that neckline. Right there, that's sufficient. All right. Go ahead and press that down for another 20. Then we're gonna let it cool, and then we're gonna peel both of them off and give them another press. All right. And see how that comes out using our Prestige A3+R DTF transfer printer, guys. You guys getting a full Monty today. Bam. All right, so we're gonna flip this around. Let the front of it get nice and cool. Still on this hot platen right here. Just gonna fan it off. Let it cool down. We're gonna leave this right here, let it cool down. All right, that's sufficient. Give you guys a nice shot of the peel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give it another final press. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah. That's official. That does the trick right there. Final press just to embed that into the fabric, and I'll give you guys a close-up. All right, this is still warm, but I'm gonna go ahead and peel it up. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, this is excellent. Feels excellent, looks excellent. I'm gonna give it a try on a DTG just to see what it looks like after I do this, and we'll compare the two. But let me press this one more time to get the in the fabric feel, because when you do press it the last time, it does sink it down to the fabric, and it feels a lot significantly smoother, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It feels a lot smoother once you sink it into that fabric. Use my AA print supply link to get your Prestige. Yes, sunk into the fabric, feels good, looks good. I can barely feel anything at all. Sunk into the fabric, feels good, looks good, got some pop to it. This is sufficient, guys. Jazz on the rails, just like the client wanted. Feels good, looks good, feels good, and looks good. So now we're going to put this DTF print up against some DTG print and see the differences between the two and see what we get, guys. Let's see if it makes a difference. Let's see if it makes a difference. Put this in here. I'm gonna feed this into my printer. Got the shirt, non-pre-treated and a pre-treated. We're running a bunch of tests. I'm just gonna see the best results that I get. So this shirt right here is not pre-treated at all. I'm gonna pre-treat a shirt and I'm gonna run the same design, and we're gonna compare the three to see if there is a difference, see what all the hype's about with DTF, and just see what happens, guys. See what happens. All right, so I'll be right back after I print both of them. First, right here, I'm doing a left chest. Like I said, not treated, not pre-treated, just printing the design directly onto the shirt. This shirt is not pre-treated at all. And then I'm gonna pre-treat a shirt and then put the design on there, and we're gonna compare the two. DTG with no pre-treat versus DTF. I think we have an obvious winner. I don't have to even like compare the two. All right, this is DTG with no pre-treat, and this is DTF by itself. And you can already see DTG is way more vibrant, even without the pre-treat. And I can tell you hands down, if I pre-treated a shirt and the DTF, it's gonna get even better. So, I mean, the DTG is gonna get even better. With the pre-treat, DTG looks even better. And without the pre-treat, it looks phenomenal. Better, even better so than DTF. Now, some might say, okay, you can dial in your DTF printer and it'll get this to look more vibrant. Maybe so, but I did this factory settings on this DTG versus factory settings DTF. I'll play around with the DTF a little bit, boost up the saturation maybe, but it seems like DTG is a clear winner. Now let me press this one time. I'm gonna press this DTF one time, this DTG one time, because in my experience, when you press DTG, it does lose a tiny bit of vibrance, but let me press it to let that color sink in and to cure that ink. All right, so I'm gonna press it 40 seconds, 300 degrees, and we're gonna see how it looks after that. All right, 2, 1. All right, after pressing the first time, still popping, still very, very vibrant, still very good. DTG is the winner, guys. DTG is the winner. So DTF, I mean, it makes sense, guys. It makes sense. You can't compete with something that's, you know, I'm going to cure it. I'm just finish curing this. You can't compete with something that's twice the price. It's not fair to make that comparison. It's honestly kind of like trying to race a Lamborghini against, I don't know, a much slower car. Like, it shouldn't be done. DTG is a clear winner. So I'm just going to DTG all these shirts and not use pre-treat because it looks phenomenal. But I am curious to see what it looks like with the pre-treat. But in this case, it's not necessary. It's only going to get better versus the DTF. But let me do the back. Let me do the back of the shirts and then we'll compare the backs. All right, here comes our design. And yeah, there's no comparison, guys. There's no comparison. I'm gonna go ahead and dry it, and there's no comparison. Like with the DTG, you can control the size right on your computer screen and send it to the printer, and it's a lot darker. Just the jazz part right there is a lot darker. So yeah, DTG all the way. Final verdict, DTF. You're looking at it, not that bad, right? Not that bad at all. Until DTG pulls up next to it. Yeah, I just pressed this twice to let the ink cure in. Nighttime, daytime. Yeah, hands down, you can't compare the two. So it's just another case where you get what you pay for, right? You got the extra money, you want to do it right, DTG. You don't have the money, you want to start making money, play with the settings, and I bet if I play with the settings, maybe I can get this to print a little darker than that, but didn't play with the settings at all. Same file, way better with the DTG. Comment your thoughts in the comments down below. It's a real life comparison. I'm about to knock 25 shirts out for a client, and I'm deciding whether I should go DTF or DTG. And what would you do? In the comments down below, what would you do? Would you give the client this, or would you give the client that? And this is by no means necessary a bash on DTF, because I love my DTF printer. It's just that, you know.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?